Why detaching from opinions will change your life. In a world brimming with diverse perspectives, constant opinions, and ever-present judgments, it's easy to become entangled in the thoughts of others. From social media to personal relationships, we are constantly exposed to the opinions of those around us. And over time, these external viewpoints can infiltrate our internal sense of self. What if, instead of allowing these opinions to shape who we are, we learn to detach from them? The ability to detach from opinions is not just a practice. It's a life-altering shift that can empower us to live authentically, confidently, and peacefully. In this article, we'll explore how detaching from the opinions of others can transform your life, provide insights into why it is so vital for mental well-being, and offer practical steps to help you on this journey of liberation. Whether it's from family, friends, society, or the anonymous voices online, understanding the power of detachment is crucial for reclaiming control of our own minds and lives. The weight of opinions, how they shape us. To truly understand why detaching from opinions is so transformative, we must first explore how opinions affect us. From the moment we're born, we are bombarded by other people's beliefs, standards, and expectations. Whether it's from our parents, teachers, or friends, we are taught what is right or wrong, what is acceptable and what is not. These opinions form the foundation of our societal norms and personal beliefs. In many ways, we begin to mirror these thoughts as if they are our own, aligning our actions and decisions with what others think. Over time, we internalize these beliefs. Our sense of worth often becomes entangled with how others perceive us. The desire for approval, the fear of rejection, and the anxiety that comes with not meeting societal expectations can create an emotional prison. We become trapped in a never-ending cycle of seeking validation from the outside world, constantly measuring our worth against others' opinions. This external dependency for validation can be exhausting. It makes us forget who we truly are, clouding our own judgment with the noise of others. It leads us to compromise our beliefs, suppress our desires, and live a life that is not entirely our own. When we live for the approval of others, we abandon our true selves, and our inner peace is sacrificed at the altar of external expectations. The liberation of detaching from opinions. Detaching from opinions doesn't mean becoming indifferent to others or shutting yourself off from the world. It means recognizing that the thoughts, judgments, and expectations of others do not define who you are or control your actions. This liberation is not about abandoning empathy or kindness, but rather about reclaiming your personal power and inner peace. When you detach from others' opinions, you begin to listen to your own inner voice. You start to trust your instincts, your values, and your beliefs. Your decisions are no longer swayed by the fear of judgment, but are instead rooted in a deep understanding of who you are and what you stand for. Detaching from opinions allows you to 1. Gain confidence. Confidence comes from knowing yourself and trusting your decisions. When you stop seeking approval from others, you begin to trust your own judgment. The opinions of others no longer have the power to shake your self-esteem or confidence. This newfound self-assurance frees you from the fear of making mistakes or not meeting the expectations of others. 2. Embrace authenticity. We often wear masks to fit into societal norms or meet the expectations of those around us. Detaching from opinions allows you to shed these masks and embrace your true self. You no longer feel the need to conform, and you begin to live in alignment with your authentic desires, values, and passions. 3. Achieve mental clarity. Constantly seeking validation and approval from others clouds our judgment and creates mental chaos. Detaching from opinions helps clear this mental clutter. When you free yourself from the need for others' approval, you open the space for clarity, focus, and purpose. You become more in tune with your goals and more aligned with your personal truth. 4. Cultivate peace of mind. One of the most significant benefits of detaching from opinions is the sense of peace it brings. When you stop worrying about what others think, your mind becomes calmer and more focused. You are no longer controlled by external judgments or influenced by criticism. This mental freedom allows you to experience more serenity, joy, and contentment. The dangers of living for others' opinions. Living your life based on the opinions of others can have devastating effects on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. When we rely on external validation, we are continuously seeking something outside ourselves to feel whole. This creates a constant state of insecurity and instability. Some of the most common consequences of living for others' opinions include: 1. Increased anxiety and stress. Constantly worrying about how others perceive us leads to heightened levels of stress and anxiety. We live in a state of perpetual fear, fearing rejection, failure, or judgment. This stress can manifest in both physical and emotional exhaustion, affecting our overall well-being. 2. Loss of identity. As we mold ourselves to fit the expectations of others, we gradually lose sight of who we truly are. Our passions, desires, and values become diluted or suppressed, and we begin to live a life that is dictated by others, rather than our own truth. This loss of identity can lead to feelings of emptiness, confusion, and dissatisfaction. 3. Relationship struggles. Ironically, living for others' approval can damage our relationships. When we are constantly seeking validation, we become needy, insecure, and dependent. This can create tension in relationships, as others may feel burdened by our constant need for reassurance. Additionally, the more we hide our true selves to please others, the more disconnected we become in our interactions, making it harder to form authentic connections. The path to detachment. How to start the journey of detaching from opinions requires patience, practice, and self-awareness. Here are some steps you can take to start detaching from the opinions of others and reclaiming control over your life. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, you can become more aware of how external opinions influence your thoughts and actions. When you notice yourself seeking approval or becoming anxious about others' opinions, take a step back and observe the thought without attaching to it. This awareness is the first step in releasing the hold that opinions have over you. 2. Cultivate self-awareness. Spend time reflecting on your own values, beliefs, and desires. When you are clear about who you are and what you stand for, the opinions of others won't have as much power over you. Journaling, meditation, or quiet reflection can help you connect with your true self and strengthen your inner confidence. 3. Set boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is essential in detaching from the opinions of others. Learn to say no when something doesn't align with your values or desires. Protect your mental and emotional space from negativity and criticism. It's important to surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and support your authenticity. 4. Embrace the power of no. One of the most empowering things you can do is to say no to things that don't serve you. Saying no to others' opinions, judgments, or demands is an act of self-care and respect. It reinforces the idea that your time, energy, and emotional well-being are more important than the approval of others. 5. Affirm your worth. Regularly affirm your worth and remind yourself that you are enough, just as you are. Self-affirmations can help you build a positive self-image and reinforce the idea that your value is not determined by others' opinions. Repeat phrases like, "I am worthy of love and respect, and I trust my decisions." 6. Let go of the fear of rejection. One of the main reasons we cling to others' opinions is the fear of rejection. Understand that rejection is a natural part of life and does not define your worth. When you detach from the fear of rejection, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically without the constant need for approval, the ultimate freedom. Detaching from opinions is not about becoming indifferent to others or abandoning relationships. It's about understanding that you are not defined by the judgments of others. You are a unique individual with your own beliefs, desires, and experiences, and it is only by embracing this truth that you can live a life of fulfillment and peace. As you begin to detach from opinions, you will experience a profound sense of freedom. You will become more confident, authentic, and mentally clear. Your relationships will deepen, your stress will lessen, and your sense of self will strengthen. The more you practice detachment, the more you will realize that true happiness and peace come from within, not from the approval of others. If you've ever felt burdened by the opinions of others, remember that the key to liberation lies within you. Detaching from opinions is not an easy path, but it is a path that leads to true self-mastery, mental clarity, and emotional freedom. Take the first step today and begin the journey of reclaiming your life.